You already know the answers to these.
Yeah. Some of these I believe I do, but like some of these I just don't know. Like yeah, so like how smart was it? Like was it really that intelligent, or was it like not that smart? Was it like any other living bird or other reptile?
I don't know, and that's one of the things I say I don't know, and part of it's because I'm not a specialist, but also in paleontology there's a lot of work is extrapolating a bit.
Yeah.
We have to take what information we're given and compare it to modern things. And so certainly birds is the comparison that's made in birds today.
Yeah.
You can look up crows and see what kind of brilliant stuff they can do with tools. And so, so velociraptors
We're kind of like that?
Well, the velociraptors and dromaeosaurs are viewed as some of the smartest of the dinosaurs, the farthest along in their evolution, their cranial evolution. And some scientists have even said, what if the dinosaurs didn't go extinct?
Yeah.
That this guy named Don Russell suggested that dromaeosaur, that line, would have evolved into a humanoid-like form.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would have been as intelligent as we are, for example.
Yeah.
So there's speculation that they were quite smart, but it's tough to speculate.
Yeah. Alright. So also, like, how cooperative was it, like with its group or something?
Because you thought in the movies it shows them, like pack hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of learned that they didn't really like hunt in packs, but like still, like what if they like somehow gotten together as like a whole group and like cooperated or something?
Yeah.
Like that.
So the only way we would understand that, and I don't know the record on this, the only way we would understand that is if two ways.
Yeah.
Is if we had trackways, so footprints.
Yeah.
That showed their behavior together.
Yeah.
And even then, it takes a little bit of guesswork to understand whether those tracks were made at the same time or whether it was one dromaeosaur going past and then another one coming past. So that's one way you could figure it out.
Yeah.
Another way is exceptional preservation. And that's the part that I don't know. I don't know whether they've been found together, multiple individuals together.
Yeah, there's also like proof like it was not found like as groups, but there was one found with the Protoceratops killing it though. Yeah.
Right.
So and it didn't really go through well because it probably wasn't cooperating well.
So typically animals, the predators, eat things considerably smaller than themselves.
Yeah.
So to eat something larger, you have to cooperate usually, or have exceptional bite force. So things like wolves can take down things larger than themselves because they cooperate.
Yeah.
So to take down a Protoceratops, depending on the age of that Protoceratops, I've heard of this instance, but I don't know whether it was a young individual or whether it was an older individual. You might have read the paper or looked at the paper.
I haven't really read the paper. I've seen like maybe, I've seen like a magazine about it, and I only saw like a picture of it. I haven't really found like an article of it.
So if you want to track this down a little further, what you could do is figure out whether it was an adult Protoceratops, and then, or what size the Protoceratops was. If it was bigger than Velociraptor, then you can make some hypotheses that it was a pack hunter.
Yeah.
And you can look into pack hunting and compare. People talk about the ecology of predators. Yeah. Whether something had to be had to work in packs.
Yeah.
To take down something larger, and that's where I would pursue that.
Okay. And like also like when it started appearing during the Cretaceous period, because I know that they lived during Cretaceous, but like
is that the same time as T-Rex here?
It's older than this.
It lived in like early Cretaceous, or the T-Rex.
Velociraptor, T-Rex.
Yeah.
T-Rex. So the Cretaceous is about 150 million years to 66.
Yeah.
And T-Rex is at the very, very end, 68 to 66.
Okay.
Velociraptor was about 75 to 71, so it's older, but it's still in the latter half of the Cretaceous. The Cretaceous is a long period of time.
Yeah.
So longer than
was pretty. It was way bigger than the Jurassic and Triassic. Triassic, you're saying?
No, there's the Cenozoic. Have you heard of that one? That's the age of mammals.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah, that one is 66 million years in duration, which to you and I sounds like a ton.
So then the movie Jurassic doesn't make sense that the T-Rex and
you just call it
Velociraptor was in there.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because they weren't even in the Jurassic. No. They were in the Cretaceous.
They're just bringing back dinosaurs. They just call it that.
Yeah, but I mean, you might be able to relate to the kids in your class by talking about the movie.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of myths that you can tear down. The one is that it's Jurassic, because it isn't really Jurassic. It spans the whole Mesozoic, that the animals that they're talking about. Yeah. And then 2 is the size of Velociraptor. And then you might be able to call into question this idea of pack hunting, which you can talk about.
Cool.
Yeah. So also, how long did it exist? Like, I think we already answered that. Like, it didn't exist for that long or something.
No, it's a brief amount of time, and it's unclear. They're found within a formation, geological formation.
Oh, so like, yeah.
And it's unclear the age, but it's maybe in the neighborhood of 5 million years, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty a long time. We haven't even lived a million years, so I can't imagine that.
Yeah, most species don't last more than about 1 to 2 million years.
Yeah, it's surprising. It's surprising how long they live.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, where exactly did they live? Because I know they live in Mongolia, but like where in Mongolia? And like, I don't know. I'm just trying to be really specific here. Yeah.
Well, I haven't broken it down farther than that. The Flaming Cliffs is the locality.
Oh, okay.
It's the Flaming Cliffs. Yeah, it's the most famous locality.
Oh, okay.
And this captures that age rocks that I'm talking about, 75 to 71.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the most famous place.
Okay. Let's see. How exactly big were they?
I think you hit it on the head by saying that they're smaller.
Yeah.
And I've seen turkey size is what I've seen. But individuals vary. So they, reptiles are different from you and I. When you reach probably 18 or 20, you're going to stop growing.
Yeah.
But reptiles continue to grow through their lives. So you can get crocodiles. If they live long enough, they'll keep getting bigger and bigger. So these may have had continuous growth, but I think the average size probably would have been in the neighborhood of a turkey.
Okay. So we already hit this in the head also, the hunt in packs.
Yeah, we already talked about
Yeah, did any velociraptors live in North America?
Not velociraptors, but cousins.
Yeah.
So dromaeosaurs.
Like maybe is the Utahraptor a known cousin for it?
Yeah, I think so. A Chiroraptor.
Okay.
That's the one from the same area as this guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Achiro, A-C-H.
I think that because when we asked Mr. Scanelli, you asked him if he had any photos, and then he in the email says he doesn't have any photos of velociraptors, but he might have some cousins.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the ones you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I know the guy who described that. Dave Evans is his name. He's in Canada.
Yeah.
Royal Ontario Museum. So that's probably your closest comparison. I think Chiroraptor was slightly bigger than Velociraptor.
Yeah. So let's see. What dinosaurs are related? Most Dromaeosaurus and Dromaeosaurus and I was thinking did any other dinosaurs from I don't know maybe other animals also did mostly related to Velociraptor, because I've been researching there's this I forgot, it was a seabird or sea eagle or something that sounded very familiar to velociraptors. They were believed to sound kind of like the velociraptors from Jurassic Park, but I learned that they're just birds that are mixed with dinosaurs. It just seems really weird. Is there any birds that live today that are
birds are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And so if you think
they are.
Yeah.
Birds are dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are living today.
Okay.
And if you think about the tree of life.
Yeah.
And you just look at, first we look at dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Right? So within dinosaurs, there's 2 main lines.
Yeah.
And there's still work to figure out these relationships among these groups. But the 2 main lines, one line leads off to duck-billed dinosaurs and Triceratops. That
like
line,
Brachiosaurus or something?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
We'll get there in a second.
Okay.
But the Stegosaurus and the Triceratops,
like those,
the Pachycephalosaurus, that line was one major branch, and it died out.
Okay, yeah.
And then the other major branch is the one that includes the sauropods, the long neck, and the theropods. Okay, that's the meat-eating guys, mostly meat-eating. And birds. Theropods include birds.
Yeah.
And so on that line, you have things like T-Rex.
Yeah.
And then as you move up the tree, or as you get closer and closer to birds, they're some of the closest relatives, the closest lines to birds include Troodontids.
Yeah.
Troodon.
Yeah.
And then the Dromaeosaurs.
Yeah.
So they're very close to birds. So in many respects, in evolutionary sense, dromaeosaurs are closer to birds than they are to T-Rex.
Okay.
Oh.
Because they're more closely related. It's kind of like you and your cousin versus you and somebody that's 3 cousins removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're related to some interesting animals.
We just answered this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Got your questions?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks.